Hello. Hello, YouTube. As the video title suggests, I am a Booktube newbie, so I'm doing the Booktube Newbie Tag. You know what it is at this point. Let's just get into it. Quick side note before we start. I am going to do just a little, some extra stuff at the end, just like some disclaimers about my channel and what you can expect from me in the future. So if you'd like, stick around after the tag and I will get into that. Now on to the tag. The first question is, why did you start this channel? I started this channel, as I'm sure many other booktubers started their channels, just because I wanted a place and a space to talk about books that I don't get to do as much as I'd like in everyday life. So I'm just going to scream about it on the internet. Number 2 is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? I think everyone has different thoughts about things, which is a great sentence, might I say. I just think that everyone's views are unique. Just no two people think alike, in every single way. So I think just my thoughts, just my personal opinions, are just something different. I don't know, man. Listen, if you just want someone to talk about things that you also like, or things that you also dislike, that's what I'll bring. You just want another voice talking about the things that you know. That's what I'll do. Number 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? I'm excited about getting to talk about books. That's what I'm excited for. I'm just excited for everything that comes along with the channel, like joining the booktube community. Very excited about that. Just getting to be with other people that like the same things that I like. Number 4 is, why do you love reading? It's fun. I love seeing the creativity of other people. Like, I like seeing what authors can come up with and put into their books. It's relaxing. I like being transported to other worlds. And, it's an escape. All of the above. Number 5 is, what book or series got you into reading? And I don't know the answer to this. I don't remember. I've always been a reader. So I can't remember a flagship series that got me, or a book that got me into reading. But the earliest I can remember would be The Magic Tree House and Secrets of Droon, those little chapter books that were really short, and they were both portal fantasies, and they were really fun adventures. Yeah, those are the earliest books I can remember reading for sure. Number 6 is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I think I would just ask about YouTube in general. How do you do this? I don't get it yet. It's very intimidating. How do you balance this in your real life? Real life, this isn't real life. How do you balance this in the rest of your life? I'm already overwhelmed, and I'm overwhelmed. Just balance. How do you balance it all? How do you decide how much to film? What is YouTube? Number 7, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? As I said, balance. How to balance? Balancing it all. The key word here is balance. Aside from balance, just, putting your thoughts out into the interwebs, I always think that's a little bit daunting, just because putting your opinions out for anyone to see is just, it is a little bit scary and a little bit intimidating. So just the mental challenge of that will be interesting to overcome. Number 8 is, when did you start reading? And I have been reading forever, pretty much. I don't remember a time when I started reading. I've always been a reader. I've always enjoyed reading. So forever ago. Number 9 is, where do you read? I read anywhere in my apartment. I don't go out to read. I don't go to a library or a coffee shop or something like that to read. I can't really deal with outside noise all that much when I'm reading. I can't concentrate on the book. So I just read around my apartment, on my bed, on that chair, on my couch, elsewhere, just, around. And number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? I read mainly 90% of my reading is fantasy. And that's like across all age groups, like adult, mostly adult, but some YA and some middle grade is thrown in there too. I just love fantasy. The other 10% would probably be like, I do like a little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of mystery / thriller, a little bit of paranormal, which like I guess you could kind of group in with fantasy, but I always feel like it's a little bit different, but mostly fantasy though. So just like that, the Booktube Newbie Tag has come and gone. I'm done. Thank you so much for watching it all. And if you stuck around this long, now I'm going to get into the other things that I wanted to talk about as far as future content of this channel. The first thing I want to talk about is that the main focus of this channel is going to be fantasy. I'm not going to talk about a lot of other genres just because I don't read them and I don't consume them. Just, a personal preference. I love fantasy so much. So as you probably guessed when I answered the last question of the tag, this channel's main focus is going to be on fantasy media in general. And that brings me into my next point, which is that I'm not only going to talk about books on this channel. I just want to make that clear because a lot of booktubers that I follow only talk about books on their channel. But I just want to be able to talk about other media that I consume because I just need an outlet to talk about it. So I am going to be talking about movies and shows, maybe video games, but probably not as much. So just wanted to put that out there. I think probably most of my content is going to be around books because that's just what I read more than I do anything else usually. I read more than I watch movies, read more than I watch TV, but still, there's going to be some diversity there. So the next thing I wanted to talk about are the series that I'm currently in the middle of and the series that I want to start in the year 2023. And I want to do this in my intro video just so that in future videos what I'm going to talk about so that you can decide if you want to see my thoughts about these things or follow along, or not. Let's start with the series that I'm in the middle of right now. So the first one is Chronicles of Narnia. I read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and I plan on reading more, so there'll be more of that. The next one is the Nevermore series of middle grade books. Again, I've only read the first one, so I'll be continuing on with that. The next one is Lord of the Rings. I finished the first two, and now I'm on to the third one. Now I'm on to Return of the King. The next one is the Founders Trilogy by Robert Jackson Bennett. So the next one is Discworld. That's in there on a technicality because I'm not in the middle of any of the little sub-series. I've just finished The Industrial Revolution, and not even all of it because I didn't read the first two books. I only read the Moist Fun Live Big books. So, do with that information what you will. So technically I'm in the middle of Discworld, but I'm not in the middle of any little Discworld series. And the last series that I'm in the middle of is a manga series, actually. It's Bleach. I'm 5 volumes in. I'm not very far. So that's the last one. And then for what I want to start this year, so you'll be seeing content about these things. The first one is the Stormlight Archive. I actually you'll notice a tome sitting on this stool back there. That's The Way of Kings. So you will definitely see me talk about that in the near future. The next series that I would like to start this year is The Wheel of Time. Very intimidated by this one. I'm not going to lie. I'm excited, but I'm intimidated because there's a lot of books and they're long. I have The Eye of the World. I own it, so I could read it at any time. I'm just scared. So that'll be upcoming. The next one is First Law, World, Universe, whatever you call it. I've read the first trilogy, so I've read up through The Last Argument of Kings, and I would like to start the standalones next. So that will be hopefully happening sometime this year. The next one is Discworld. It's back. This year I plan on starting the City Watch series, and if I have time, possibly Witches, but City Watch for sure, 100%. And then the next two are manga series. Well, one of them is an anime. Well, they're both manga, but the first one, let me just say, the first one is One Piece. Now, this is really what I'm intimidated about because One Piece is freaking long, dude, but I'm excited. I'm going to start One Piece, and I'm going to start the anime. I don't know if that's going to be a mistake because there's many episodes. I might switch over to the manga if I get like really frustrated with how long it's taking me to watch it. But for now, I plan on starting the anime of One Piece. And the final series that I plan on starting this year is Berserk. The manga, of course. I don't think it even has a complete anime series. So Berserk is the last one. So there you go. That's all about the channel. That's all about me as a newbie, what you can expect. My last little note is that the next few videos I'm going to post are going to be like 2022 reading wrap-ups, which like I laugh because it's already February. I'm very late and I know that, but like I need to talk about these things, okay? Like I read all these books last year and I need to talk about them. So I'm going to be doing that. Otherwise, that is all for me. If you stuck around this long, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. If you clicked on this video, thank you. And if you didn't click on it and like it was just forced on you or something, or some black magic happened and you just started watching it, then honestly, also thank you. I appreciate you being here. I'm sorry, but thank you. So with all that being said, just like have a good day. Farewell.